Hey everyone, what's up? Am I audible? Everyone, what's up? Am I audible? Everyone, just confirm if I'm audible or not. We will be having a mock interview today. Let everyone join in. Hi Bharat, what's up? Let everyone join in, then we'll get started. Surely. I guess till then I'll get everything set up. Audible हो तो पक्का. Okay, we have 10 watching. Amazing. We'll have a lot more watching. बाल टिक कर लो. हाँ एकदम एकदम जरूर. Okay, hi everyone. Comments, I can read all the comments. आज लेट है, 1 मिनट लेट है. चलो कोई नहीं, सह लेंगे, है कि नहीं. बाल उड़ रहा है भैया. नहीं, बाल नहीं उड़ रहा, मेरा बचपन से उतना ही है. Okay, cool. I'll just share the screen and quickly do the promotion. Like I'll have the promotion stuff quickly done so that we can get started with the interview. So yeah, let's share the screen. And hey, for everyone who is new out here and who does not knows me, I'll just give you a quick introduction about myself. My name is Raj Vikramaditya. I'm known as Trevor in the programming community. Currently, I'm working as a software engineer, where you can definitely find that out. I'm a Content Master at Code Forces. Also, I'm a 6-star at CodeChef. I have a couple of years of teaching experience. I have been teaching at a various number of platforms. I do run a YouTube channel which has 1 lakh plus subscribers, and the subjects that I primarily take are competitive programming, DS, Algo, CS, C++, interview preparation. Okay, and I'll just present you this wonderful platform that is being brought up by an academy which is relevant. Now you must be knowing about this. If you don't know, you can hear this. So basically, a lot of times what happens is you try to get a lot of opportunities and you don't find a lot because probably due to your tier 3 or probably due to bad network, probably due to lesser CGPA, and probably you would be applying to 50, 60 companies and you don't get reply, or probably if you get reply, you give the coding test but you don't get an interview call. So these kind of things kind of happens with you a lot. Like I've seen this happening with a lot of people. But this is where Relevil comes in. It's basically India's first test hiring platform, which is by an academy to help every job seeker of this kind to get their dream jobs. Over here, you don't need your CGPA, you don't need your degree, you don't need your you just need your talent and skills, and you can apply to any of these companies. Now, which kind of companies are there? There are majorly 50 plus companies, which includes India's top startups and some unicorns like Cred, Urban अर्बन कंपनी है, अपग्रेड है, रेजो पे है, कोनेशन है, आई थिंक बहुत सारे कंपनी, जूम कार है. मुझे अब इतने सारी बड़ी कंपनीज है, मुझे नाम नहीं याद आ रही. मतलब इन द नेक्स्ट या ये जो सारी कंपनीज इसके ग्रो भी है. देयर आर अ लॉट ऑफ अदर कंपनीज एंड अक्रॉस देयर आर 1000 plus job openings across 3 basic profiles. Now, I'll tell you about the profiles afterwards, but you can attempt this test. This is absolutely free, and that is the best thing that I love about this, क्योंकि ये पूरा free है, तो you are not being charged anything. I'll tell you the reason why you're not charged. Basically, if a company hires you, तो company pay कर देता है Relevil को, so that's why there is nothing that is being taken from you. So that it's an advantage for the students. So you can definitely try this out. Just need to give the test, and in order to, if you give the test, everything will be done in 15 days. All your interviews, hiring, offer, rollout, everything will be done in exactly under 15 days. And the 3 specific roles that they hire are business development, and I'm assuming everyone is a tech guy here, so front end and back end is the most important thing that you should look for. And yes, you can book a slot according to your choice, and whenever you're free you can just book a slot and you can definitely start off. Now create a next video resume. Like once you have given the test, you'll get a score. You will create a video resume which will be forwarded to the recruiters, and after that you'll be contacted by all these 50 plus companies that are listed on Relevil. So what are you waiting for? Just go and register on Relevil. Okay, and if you haven't joined the Telegram group, you can definitely join it out. And also where am I? Yeah. Also, if you're new to this channel, do consider subscribing and hit that like button on the stream. I just see 4 likes. That's too less. It's too less. Please increase that to somewhere around 100 probably to start off with. And yeah, just hit that bell icon if you are new to this. Okay, guys. So without wasting any time, I will quickly bring on our candidate for today. So I'll just bring on him. Yeah, yeah. Just a minute. Yeah, Arindam. Hey, what's up, Arindam?
Hello, Bhaiya.
Hi.
Good evening.
Yeah, yeah. Good evening. Just can you just quickly introduce yourself to everyone? Like, which year are you? Which college are you from? And what are the offers that you currently hold? What are your ratings and everything? What are your projects?
Okay. So, my name is Arindam Nag. I am from Jalpaiguri Government Engineering College. I am currently doing BTech in Information Technology Department.
Okay.
I am a competitive programmer. I
Okay.
am 5-star in CodeChef and
Okay.
expert in Code Forces.
Okay.
I also qualified for ACM ICBC this year,
Okay.
regionals. And I have gotten a power programmer role in Infosys,
Okay.
and
That's great.
I have done 2 projects. One is sorting visualizer, and another
Okay.
is pathfinding visualizer.
Okay. I think that's quite a famous project. Everyone keeps on doing sorting visual AI, isn't it? Anyways, man, everyone is saying subscriber के गांव वाले हैं. Okay, cool. Okay, cool, man. No, no. Basically, when I ask people to come out for interviews, there are very less number of people who agree to come on live, because on live there are around hundreds of people watching, so they don't want to come and get embarrassed. Because I keep one condition whenever I call someone to the interview. I keep one condition, man. I will not share the question, and that is why a lot of people don't agree to come. So yeah, he has come. So yeah, OP for him, because not everyone agrees to it. Even when I approach a lot of influencers, everyone says पहले question दे दो, हम लोग एक बार discuss कर लेंगे, मैं acting कर लूंगा. The influencers ये बोलते हैं, बड़े बड़े influencers जिनको मैं बोलता हूँ mock interviews के लिए. So yeah, coming across, that's a wonderful stuff. Okay, cool. I think I can. I've given you a document. Can you just open it and I'll share the screen for the user?
Yeah. Uh,
Okay.
okay.
Cool.
Yes.
Okay, so for everyone out, I'll also put this across the link so that you can also see this. I generally put this, like, whenever I'm taking a mock interview, I use my Telegram channel. You can join that. I get some candidate from there. Okay, cool. So the question. Let's come up to the question. So Arindam, the question is, you'll be given an n cross m matrix. Okay.
Okay, Bhaiya.
Okay, so you're given an n cross m matrix. Now you have to maximize the number of points that you get from the you have to maximize the number of points you get, like you pick from the matrix. You can say pick from the matrix. Okay.
Okay.
Now, how can you maximize the number of points? Now, remember, you get some points whenever you pick a whenever you pick a point, whenever you pick a index ij. Okay,
Okay.
and basically the point is the number that is written on that matrix. Okay,
Okay.
so basically the point that you'll get is a of ij. If you pick the point at the index I comma j, the points that you'll get is this. Okay, but
Okay.
however, like, I'll just copy paste. I have that written. Let's copy paste this. You can read this. However, you lose points if you pick a cell that's too far from the cell that you picked from the previous row. For every two adjacent rows, R and R plus, picking cells at coordinate R comma C1 and R plus 1 will subtract this from your score. So you can just go through this once.
Okay. So you will lose point if you pick a cell too far from the cell that you picked in the previous row. For every 2 adjacent row R and R plus 1, picking cell at coordinate.
Okay. Understood? Just in case no, I'll give you an example. Assume this is the matrix 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 5, 1, 3, 1, 1. Okay, this is the matrix that is given to you. Am I audible? Hello, hello, Arindam, are you there? Am I audible? अच्छा access नहीं किया क्या? I think Arindam is not there. I'm not sure what happened to Arindam, but yeah. Let him come back. Let him come back. Hi, guy, यार उसका इंटरनेट ड्रॉप हो गया. He basically belongs to a very small town. So yeah, he belongs to a very very small town. So he belongs to a very small town, a very poor family. So थोड़ा सा इशू है. आ जाएगा. Don't worry. मैंने लिख दिया है. मैं क्वेश्चन लिख दे रहा हूँ, तुम लोग तब तक सोच सकते हो. Let me just talk to him. What happened? My question लिख दिया. You can. Looks like there's a problem with the StreamYard. StreamYard का कुछ issue है. He cannot reach the site. Let me ask him to use incognito. Let me ask him to join it. Now this is the question. Okay, you've done the question. That's okay. You've done the question. That's okay. Let's wait for a minute. Okay, someone says array. Delete another class and sorting according to the index. Well, you can shout out your answers over here. Shout out your answer over here. The question has not been made by me. Sorry. The question is not mine. The question is not mine. Okay, same as DP matrix sum, but this complexity will become n into m into m rather than we have n choices need to optimize for the, I guess. Okay. Constraints doesn't matter. See, as long as you're giving a solution, why should I care about constraint? I don't think I should care about constraints if you're giving me a solution. Do I need to care about that? I don't think that, right? You just give me the solution and then probably we can discuss how we can optimize that or probably how can we do that better, right? As long as you're giving me a solution, I'm absolutely okay with it. DP से कर लेंगे easily, okay? I think he's back. Okay. So yeah, Arindam, you can keep the phone at the. Well, you can keep the phone somewhere and you can use the normal one. ठीक है, phone को थोड़ा ऊपर के ही रख ले, थोड़ा सा ऊपर कर ले phone को. Yeah, that.
उल्टा हो गया. Is it okay?
No, it उल्टा हो गया, सीधा ही रख ले जैसा था, ऐसे उल्टा हो गया पूरा. Yeah, this is okay. Do you have a water bottle? Water bottle पे place कर ले भाई, water bottle अगर है, water bottle रख उसके सामने रख दे भाई. Engineer जुगाड़. Use a water bottle or something.
मेरा टेबल थोड़ा सा छोटा है,
हाँ, कोई
इसमें नहीं होगा, सिर्फ लैपटॉप फिट होता है.
Okay, yeah, it's okay. सही है, चल
सही होगा.
हाँ ठीक है, छोड़ दे वैसे ही छोड़. Yeah, you can try solving.
Okay. My question is not full here.
The question is complete here. Are you using Google Doc?
Yes, भैया.
Yeah, the question is complete here.
Let me refresh. मेरा लैपटॉप पे नेट नहीं चल रहा है.
Oh man, I should have tested, man. Anyways, can you just try with some other internet? Probably you can turn off your Wi-Fi once. Turn your Wi-Fi off your laptop.
Okay.
मोबाइल से हॉटस्पॉट लेके कर लो यार, क्या कर रहे हो?
एक मिनट भैया.
Okay.
अभी हो रहा है.
हाँ, आ जाओ, उससे आ जाओ, मैं इसको हटा दूंगा.
हो गया.
चलो शुरू करें.
दूसरी मोबाइल की वाईफाई से कनेक्ट हो गया था.
हाँ कोई नहीं, तो वही तो भाई सब चेक किया करो. Okay, anyway, let's get started. Okay, so hello, let's get started. Okay, so basically you're given something like an n cross a matrix and you have to maximize the number of points you pick from the matrix. You get some points whenever you pick A of ij. Okay. But however, you will lose points if you pick a cell too far from the cell that you picked in the previous row. Okay. For every two adjacent rows, picking cells at coordinate, like if you have picked previously at r comma c1, now if you're picking at r1 plus like r plus 1 c2, you'll subtract the column difference. Okay. So you're allowed to pick any one cell from one row only. So like over here, if you pick 3, then it's okay. So 3 plus 5 plus 3, that's equivalent to 11. Correct?
Yes.
But since you have picked over here on the second cell, second column, and on first column, you subtract this. Okay?
Okay.
So over here, pick from the first column and the 0th column. So you subtract 1 minus 0. Correct?
Okay.
So in short, total subtraction should be 2 from your score. Correct? So 11,
Yes.
11 minus 2 is 9. 9 is the answer. Question makes sense? Question makes sense, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. So let me do this for an test case. 1 3 5 2 1 9 4 2 1. So for 1 3 5 2 1 9 and 4 2 and 1. So I will take 5 first, then 9.
Okay.
Here the column difference is 0.
Okay.
And after 9 I can take 1 2 or 4.
Yeah.
If I take 4, I need to subtract 2.
Yeah.
If I take 2, then 1, and if I take 1, I do not have to subtract anything.
Correct.
So here the answer will be 5 plus 9 plus 4 minus 2.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I can do like this, that like for the second last column, second last row, uh, if I take 1 from this row, I will check which of the next 3 elements will give me maximum sum. Like if I take 3, I will get 4 from here.
So
If
can
I
you
get
highlight?
the
Can you highlight like you're not highlighting?
okay,
Just use the
so
highlighter.
if I take 1 from the second row and take 3 from the last row,
Okay.
the answer will be 4.
Okay.
If I take 1, then the answer will be 1 plus 1 2 minus 1 equal to
Yeah.
1. And if I take the last one, it will give me 0. So I can store the answer in a 2D DP or
Okay.
2D matrix.
Okay.
Like here the matrix for the last row, the matrix will be same.
Okay.
For 1, I can get 3 answer, 4, 1 or 0. So I
Okay.
will keep the maximum.
Okay.
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 For 5, I can get 3 answers. Like 5, if I take 5 and 3, this 5 and 3, the answer will be 8 minus 1 7. If I take this one, the answer will be 6. And if I take this one, the answer will be 5.
Indeed.
So for the maximum answer will be 8.
Okay. Okay.
And for 1, if I take this 3, the answer will be 4 minus 2, which is
Okay.
2.
Okay.
And for this one, the answer will be 1. and for this one the answer will be 2. So
Okay.
the maximum is 2.
Okay.
Also I can check for the first row. If I take 3, then I can do the same as I do for the last column, last row.
Okay.
Okay.
So can you fill it
So
up?
okay, so if I take 1 and this 4,
Okay.
this 4 means I am taking first this one and then this 3.
Yeah,
Okay,
makes sense. Yeah, makes
yes,
sense.
and that means I need to first take this one.
Okay.
So I need to subtract 0 because the column difference is 0.
Okay.
So the answer for this will be 5. For this 8, it will be 8, and for this 2, that will be 1. So the maximum will be 8 for this.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Perfect.
We can do this for 2. For 2,
Hmm.
the maximum will be 10,
Hmm.
and for 3, the maximum will be 3 plus 8 minus 2, 10. So the answer will be 10.
Uh,
The maximum of the first row.
but I can give you the answer as 11. Earlier, I've done some calculation mistakes because if you take this 3, if you take this 5, if you take this 3, then so yeah, you could probably recheck if you have done the calculation
Okay.
correctly.
If this 3 and this 5, this 8, 3 plus 8, 11. For 5, the answer will be 7.
Hmm.
For 5, the answer will be 7.
Yes. So this is a mistake that you've done away.
Okay.
Okay.
If this is 7, for 1, the answer will be uh, can you move your cursor, please?
Sure. Sure. Sure.
Okay. 3, 1, 1. For 1, the answer will be 4. For 5, the answer will be 7. For 2, for 1, the answer will be 4 minus 2, 2. For 1, 1 plus 1 plus 7, 8, minus 1 equal to 7. 2 plus 7 equal to 9, and
9. Yeah.
uh,
The answer is, by the way, 9, not 11. Okay.
okay, yes,
You have to subtract.
9. This will be 9.
Yeah.
Answer will be 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
can you just quickly code this up, and probably then we can think on if we can optimize this. Okay, we can think on if we can optimize this.
okay.
So super quick code will help.
So int solve. I name the
Mhm.
function as solve, and
Okay.
I'll be given the vector of int as the matrix.
Uh-huh.
I need to solve the answer for it.
You have to take a matrix. You haven't taken a matrix.
Sorry. Nums. Vector of int nums. Uh, let take n as the number of rows. Nums dot size, and int m as the number of columns, and I need to store the answer in another matrix. I'll create it. Vector of int, let's say dp,
Hmm.
and number of rows in, and number of column m,
Hmm.
and initialize it as 0.
Okay.
the last row will be the same.
Okay.
Int I equal to 0 to I less than m I plus plus
Hmm.
dp of n minus 1 I will be
Hmm.
nums n minus 1 I.
Okay.
Okay,
Hmm.
then I will calculate for from the second last row, then third last row.
Okay.
So for int I equal to n minus 2 to I greater than equal to 0 I minus minus and for each elements in the row j equal to 0 to j less than m j plus plus uh, I will try to check I will try to take every element from
Hmm.
the next row and calculate the maximum and store it into the dp, like
Okay.
dp of I uh, for every element I need to take every element from next row. For
Yeah.
int k equal to 0 to k less than m k plus plus. So for this dp of I of j will be the maximum of all possible answers.
Okay.
dp of ij, and I will take this element which is nums of ij plus dp of I plus 1 k, and I need to subtract the column difference which is f of j minus k. Is it okay?
Uh yeah, that is
Okay.
that is definitely okay. So can you just analyze the time complexity and the space complexity super quick?
Okay. So I am doing 3 for loops.
Yes.
First one is of length n,
Hmm.
second 2 of m, so it will be big O of n m square
Hmm.
for time complexity, and
Hmm.
space complexity is big O of n m, as I am using the dp matrix to store the answer.
Yeah. So it's something which is of cube, right? N cube.
Yes, yes.
So can we optimize this? Can we make it something better?
Okay. Let me think. Uh, Let me try some test cases. Uh, for
The hint is you can think on the direction of, like whenever you're calculating the previous row, you can probably think on the direction of the absolute difference of columns. That is basically something like j minus I or I minus j, right? Like let's say over here the column is something, over here the column is something. There'll be something on the left and something on the right, right? The absolute. So you just have to probably pre-store the previous row, and if you are able to pre-store it, then it becomes easy. So you can think on that. How can you pre-store?
Can you repeat again?
The hint is basically whenever you're computing this row, right?
Yes.
If you look, so can you pre-store something so that you don't have to loop again? Like if you can eliminate the loop, how can you pre-store? Probably some maximum prefix, max, suffix, max. If you can think on that direction, probably might help you.
Okay.
So think of the direction. Okay.
Uh, 311. So 3, 4, 5. It will be 1, go 5. I'm not getting.
So I'll give you an hint. So whenever you add this j, right? So what are you concerned about? Now, if your j is somewhere here, right? Okay, and you need the bottom row, right? So assume these are the dots. Okay, can you say that whenever you take these columns, then these columns minus this, like j minus this, will be something positive? So if you can get the like the max value from here to here, right? Agreed. If you can probably pre-max it, like if you can store the prefix max,
Uh,
right? And
so
on this side, if you can store the suffix max on the opposite way, and probably try this out. Because see, what are you doing is you're scanning and finding the maximum of what? Nums of ij plus something, right? And then a
yes,
minus of absolute. Correct.
yes,
So
yes, yes.
logically speaking, like can't you do a something like prefix max or suffix max? Think on the direction. Try to think on the direction. Well, you'll get something.
Um, okay. S- so for the example, 135 219
Hmm.
421.
Hmm.
So the for the last row 3 1 2.
Hmm.
Uh,
Probably you can take some bigger matrix because that's a
I
very
need bigger.
small
I
size.
need bigger matrix.
Yeah, that probably you can just take couple of rows and probably you'll get some idea. Okay, try to take couple of rows and who knows, you might get an idea. I got 15 more minutes, so we got a lot of time. And think.
Okay. Uh, like this example, you can see in the next page.
Hmm.
1 2 3 4 7 1 3.
So
So
are you verifying the hint, or are you telling your solution?
no, sir, verifying the hint.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So uh, uh, if I take 2,
Hmm.
then uh, and take the first element 3,
Hmm.
uh, it will be, I need to take 3 minus 1.
Okay.
Okay, that is 2. And if I take 4, I can take 4. For 6, uh, the values will be decreased, like the
Now
6 will
something.
be
Now something
5.
something for sure. Whenever you take 3, the decreasal of 0 will happen. If you take 4, the decreasal of 1 will happen. If you take 6, instead of 6, you'll always take 5. If you take 7, you're definitely sure you're going to take 6. Make sense? Because whenever you do a subtract, basically, see, let's assume you're at 4. Okay, let's assume you're at 4. So if you're
Yes.
trying to pick this tree, if you're trying to pick this tree, what will you pick? Like, logically speaking, for 4, it will be like 4 plus absolute, like 4 minus absolute of something, right? That is what you're doing,
Yes.
right? So what's the absolute value that you're subtracting? This is at the third index,
Yes.
correct? So one thing for sure, you will subtract 3. That is, so for sure you'll subtract 3, correct?
Yes.
For sure what will you take from here? Right? Are you getting this? What I'm saying? Like, what? This is 4 minus absolute of probably third index minus something is what you're taking, right? So this 3 you're taking for sure. Now, what are you subtracting from this 3? You're subtracting a 1. Sorry, 0. Right? So
Yes.
ultimately, whenever you pick 3, you subtract 0. Whenever you pick 4, so what will you subtract? If you are picking 4, like for anyone in the world, what are you going to subtract? If this 4 is going with anyone, what will it get subtracted with? Obviously 1.
Uh, yes. Why 1? If I
Because,
take the 2
yeah, that's why I said
from the,
suffix and prefix. That's why I said suffix and prefix. That's the hint. So if you're standing at 4, these guys will get subtracted with their column values, and
yes.
these guys will get added up. Got the hint?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, the hint is that. Basically, if you're standing at 4, these guys instead of 6, they will be subtracted with their column values, and these guys instead of subtraction, they'll get added up. Got the reason?
Okay.
Okay, so you can probably work on this.
Uh, okay. So I can use a maximum and
Yeah, you
prefix
can take time.
maximum
You can take some
and
time, and you can probably reiterate on your pen and paper, and then you can give the final
okay.
solution.
So 3 4 6 7 2 1 0. First is 3. Okay, so I got an approach.
Okay.
Can I?
Yeah,
Okay,
you can.
so
You can
my app.
if you can just explain me by taking these couple of rows, I think I'll be
Yes,
satisfied.
yes. Okay. So like uh, take this last row.
Okay.
3, 4, 6, 7, 2, 1.
Hmm.
So I uh, um, I have a maximum. Let's take it as 0 first, and I have a prefix maximum array.
Okay.
So I will first take the maximum minus 1. The
First,
maximum value which is 0
okay.
minus 1,
Why minus one?
which is minus 1, and these 3, whichever is maximum of them.
No, why minus one? I did not understand the concept of minus one
Uh,
because we're starting with zero based indexing, right?
you will for the okay, I will tell this after. You
Okay.
can like if I take this 3 for this
Okay.
2, the value of
Hmm.
3 will be 2. So I am subtracting 1 from this.
No, but why will you consider this on the three? That is something which I'm not understanding.
For 2, if I take this 3 and this 4,
Hmm.
if I take 3, I
Hmm.
need to take 2 because I need to subtract 1 from it.
Why?
Okay. Because the column difference is 1 for these
No,
2
but again you're
and
doing
this
the same
3.
thing. See, again whenever you compute the prefix mass, it's dependent on two, and again you'll come up with a big of n solution. Yeah, so every element you will have something, some different premax, right?
Yes, yes.
So why can't you create a premax which works for everyone?
This premix will work for everyone.
Okay, so can you just write the premax?
Yes, yes. The this 3 will be the premix of this 1, and the next
Okay.
element will be 3 maximum of like maximum of wait, maximum of 3 minus 1 comma 4.
Now, why three
So
minus one? That is something which I'm not getting.
like uh, for this 2, if
No,
I
but why are you considering that too? Because you are just working on the prefix max, right? Why are you considering
yes,
the above?
like this the first prefix max will work for this 1, the second will work for this 2, and so on.
No, but again that will be n square. You're again building an n square.
No, will not be n square. This will be big of n
No,
for
no.
every row.
See, you're building a three. You're saying this three is for this guy. Then again for
Yes,
this guy you'll build another this three minus one. Again for this guy you'll build another something. Then again for this guy you'll build. Then again for this guy you'll again go on building for these guys. Right?
no, no. I am only taking the maximum. Like the when the maximum will be 3 now.
Okay.
This is the maximum, and for this it will be 4, and
Okay.
maximum will also be 4.
Okay.
So for next, the maximum of 6 and 4 minus 1 will be 6, and then it will be 7, and this maximum will be also 7. Then this 7 minus 1, which is 6, and 2, which is maximum 6. Okay.
No, I'm not getting. You're again dependent on something which is the upper row. They're dependent on something which is the upper row.
No, no, no. I am only calculating the prefix max. Uh, you
What are
will
you?
get when I will do the calculation for
Okay.
like
Okay. Okay.
next
Okay.
row.
Let's wait.
Okay. Okay. So for this, the answer will be 6, then 5, and then 4. Okay.
I did not
This will
understand,
be
but
the
yeah, an issue. This is the
okay.
prefix max according to you. Okay.
and I will do the suffix max from the left side, right side. Okay.
Mm.
So for these three, it will be 0, and again, uh, and here it will be maximum of 1 and minus 1, which will be 1.
Okay.
Now the maximum is 1, and for 1 minus 1, which is 0, and 2, the maximum will be 2.
Okay.
Now the maximum is 2, and from 7 and 2 minus 1, the maximum is 7.
Okay.
Then 7 minus 1 and 6, both are 6, so it will be 6. Then for this 4, it will be 6 minus 1, 5, and
Okay.
4. Maximum of
Okay.
these two, 5.
Okay.
And for these 3, it will be 4.
Okay.
Okay.
So every time you just did a minus one. Okay.
Yes. So this
So
will be the suffix
why
max, and
the first question that I'll ask you, why did you do a minus one?
because if I go like if I mm, I take this 0 for this 3. Okay.
Hmm.
uh,
Forget about that. Assume you are taking this 4. How does minus 1 come into picture when you take 4?
uh, like up to this, the maximum
Hmm.
was 2. For this 7, the suffix max was 2. Okay.
Okay.
So if I again want to take the suffix max of the next element, which is 7,
Hmm.
I need to subtract 1,
Why will you subtract 1?
because
That is
the
my
column difference of 7 and 4 is 1.
okay. The column difference of, but every time you subtracted minus 1, but every time the column difference will not be 1, right? So how will that work on every possible column? Because over
Because
here it works.
I
Because,
am
yeah.
hello.
Yeah. Say.
Because I am taking the suffix max of next element of 4.
No, but again, as I
Okay.
said, now you're doing minus 1 every time. So how will
Yes.
minus 1 help you? That's my question. Why are you doing minus 1? Because the idea is absolute of columns, right? Column differences. So from where does
Yes.
minus 1 help you? Like how does minus 1 come into picture? Don't you think it's a minus of column instead of minus 1?
Uh, I got what you are talking, but
Then minus 1 wala concept I am not understanding, because minus 1 works if you are just talking about the first column. But the moment you are in some middle of the row, how come minus come works? That is something which I want to understand.
like I am first I took this for 3. Okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
I only take the maximum from the right side,
Okay.
which is 0.
Okay.
Okay. And after that, I am calculating for this one, which is one column left of 3. Okay.
Okay.
You get it?
No, I'm not getting it, but yeah, like my main question still lies over here. What I saw was you always did a minus 1. Always. Right.
Yes.
What's the reason behind that minus 1? I just want to know that.
I am telling
There
that.
must be some reason, right? Like, see, whenever you add, what was your code? It was saying dp of I plus 1 k minus of absolute of j minus k, correct? And k
Yes.
being whichever you picked, right? K being whichever you picked. Now, from like, I don't see a minus 1 factor over here that you're bringing in over there. Like, I'm absolutely not clear why minus 1.
Mm. Okay. I
Because
let
see,
me.
because see, Arindam, the suffix max that you are keeping over here, or whatever you're keeping over here, that's not at that index. It might be somewhere from back, right? What you are thinking is 4 का इधर जो suffix max है, that is something which is on that index, but it's not, right? Because it might be from here, which is there might be an element over here due to which there is a suffix max at this index, right? And at that case, -1 will not work. Whenever
Okay,
you are saying
that's
-1, that only works if you're taking adjacent columns, right?
okay. So let's see this. For this 4, this 7 is the prefix max. Okay.
Okay.
For this 1, the prefix max was 7 minus 2,
Okay.
which I did here 5, because I subtract 1 2 times. 1 for the 6 and 1 for the 5.
Okay.
Okay, you get it now?
Okay.
What I am
Let's. Yeah, I understood your point. Let me give you a counter case where this will not work. Let's quickly give you a counter case. Let's take the number to be 13 over here. Okay. Now, let's assume you're at 4. Okay. So if you write the prefix max, according to you, it will be 13, comma, 13 minus 1, 12, comma 4, 12, correct?
Okay.
And then you're saying 12 minus 1. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, 12 minus 1, comma 6. So you're saying 11, right?
Yes.
And then you are saying something else. Forget about this because over here you are having 11. So you're saying you're going to calculate 4 plus 11, if I understand that correctly.
Yes.
That is what you're saying, right? Okay, let's now take this. So if I take 4 plus 13, correct?
4 plus.
Minus 13. 4 plus 13 will be like, assuming I take this 4 and this 13,
Yes.
correct? 4 plus 13 minus of absolute of 3 minus 0. So we come up with 17 minus 3, which is 14. And you come up with something as 15. Agreed?
This 11 is for this 3, not 4.
Okay, so you will keep it
for
up.
this 4, it will be 10.
Okay, it will be 10. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Okay, so you're taking this. Okay, perfect. Okay, got this.
Yes.
Okay, I think I understood your algorithm finally. Okay, cool. So what you're doing is you're basically carrying on the subtraction throughout, right? That is what you're doing, right? Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good to me. Perfect. So yeah, we can definitely move across to coding this. Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
Amazing, man.
So I will rewrite the code in the previous function.
Yeah, you can just quickly rewrite the code. Probably I can just give an enter. I just give you an enter.
Okay.
You can rewrite the code over here.
So what if I change the original array? Can I do that?
Original array. For what purpose?
For space complexity reducing.
No. Basically, whatever. If you are updating it, that's also considered under space complexity. You can probably create something else.
Oh, okay. So I will create a.
Remember one thing: if you're modifying input array, that always gets into calculation of space complexity. Remember this.
Okay. So I will create a vector prefix max of size m and a suffix max. Suffix max of size m. Okay. So I will then do this. I will do it for the final row.
Okay.
So for int I equal to 0 to I less than m I plus plus. Let's take temporary variable as 0 and pre-max of I will be maximum of temp -1 and nums of n-1 I, and the temp will be premax of I. Okay,
Okay.
and let's do the same for the suffix max. For int I equal to 0 to no, for int I equal to m-1 to I greater than equal to 0 I minus minus, and I go into the next phase.
Cool. Cool. I understood. So yeah, I understood. Most of your approach. That works fine
Okay.
for me. I understood. So yeah, I'm pretty much impressed that you got the hint. But probably, yeah, I'll give you some feedbacks and I'll tell all the people the solution. The first thing is probably explanation could be better. Is something which you have to work on. Like explanation has to be better because explanation. And the second thing is there was a point where we had 30 minutes left, and you said I could not think of anything. Like don't tell that any day in the interview. Remember one thing: if you're stuck for more than 10-15 minutes, the interviewer will automatically give you the hint. So if you give a hint to him, no, I'm giving up, then it goes as a negative. Wait, always remember, if you're giving an interview hint, he will give you the hint. Don't worry about that. Okay, because you have to be patient enough. Probably you can ask him. Probably I'm getting stuck. Can you just give me a direction? You can ask like this, right? Instead of saying I could not, where that goes as a negative.
Okay.
Apart from that, one other thing: never ever change the input and output. Okay, that's very important. Never ever change the input and output. Like you can, that's okay, but tell the interviewer that you're changing it, like you did in this case, right? And but the reason that you gave was wrong. You said we will save time, let's save space. See, if you're not touching the input and output there is an input, there's an output. If you're not touching them, like if you're giving the output input, that's usually not considered in the space complexity. Okay, and
Okay.
what is space complexity? The space that you're using to solve the problem, and you're using to give the output because they wanted it. That's not your concern, because they wanted it. What did you use? That is space complexity. Even if you're describing the space complexity, you should be, I took this much for the algorithm and this much for returning. Specify, always specify. Got it? And
Okay.
just using the input array never optimizes space complexity. Okay, right? So okay, cool. So you have taken this. Now one quick for everyone. Like I'll just run through the solution. Firstly, DP can be like, you can just keep a 1D array, it will work, because every time you just require the previous row. So the DP can be 1D. Instead of a 2D DP, this can be 1D, because you just read the previous row. So you can just keep on memorizing the
Okay.
previous row as you move upwards. So DP can be 1D. That's the first thing on the solution. For everyone who did not understand the code, I'll tell you what basically it means is, assume like I give a dash, I give a dash, I give a dash. Okay, assume this is the array. Everyone who did not understand the solution, dash 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 dash. Okay, so assume you are somewhere over here. Okay, assume you are somewhere over here. So whenever you're looking for this, on the left, whatever you take, that element minus the column number will happen. Because if you're taking something from the left, it's basically assume A of I, right? Plus whatever you're taking from the left, A of let's J, minus of absolute of current I minus J. Or you can just write it as I minus J, because that will be a positive number, right? If you're taking from left, so if I rewrite this, it can be written as AI minus I plus AJ minus J, correct? Like if I just rewrite it, it will be something like this: AI minus I, yeah, AI minus I. So you know this. If you're at any index, you know this. A of j minus j. So compute every A of j minus j. Compute every A of j minus j and store the pre-max. That will do, yeah. If you just consider compute every A of j minus j and if you store pre-max accordingly, then if you stand here, you know इस पोर्शन में कौन सा सबसे ज्यादा a of j minus j दे रहा है, क्योंकि तुम्हें ये तो तुम चेंज नहीं कर सकते. If you can maximize this portion, then the number will get increased, right, Arindam? You also said
Yes,
that, but you did it in some other way. Now, what if you're standing here and you want to take something from the right? Then, if you're taking something from the right, then it will be a of I plus a of j, but this time absolute will be different. It will be j minus I, not I minus j, because j is greater than I. J is greater than I. So you write j minus I, which indeed means a of j minus, sorry, a of I, a of I minus plus I plus a of j minus j हो रहा है क्या? सही लिखा क्या मैंने कुछ गलत कर दिया? So basically अब you have to also store the suffix max of a of j. इस तरफ से भी स्टोर कर दो. एक बार स्टोर हो गया, this plus this देख लेना, हो गया ना इजीली. अंडरस्टूड? सबको समझ में आ गया? प्लस j, हाँ मैंने प्लस j होगा क्या? नहीं j माइनस i तो होगा, सही तो है. माइनस एब्सोल्यूट j बड़ा होगा, i होगा, प्लस i होगा. नहीं सही है, j तो बड़ा होगा ना सफिक्स में. ऊपर वाला प्लस j होगा. अच्छा ऊपर वाला प्लस j होगा, सॉरी ऊपर वाला प्लस j होगा. या एब्सोल्युटली ऊपर वाला प्लस j होगा. हाँ तो ये वाला तुम्हें सिर्फ लेफ्ट में ये स्टोर करना है मैक्स, राइट में ये. तो जब इधर खड़े हो, लेफ्ट से देख लो कौन सा मैक्स आ रहा है, राइट से देख लो कौन सा मैक्स आ रहा है. जो आ रहा है ले लेना, जो आ रहा है ले लेना, है कि नहीं? So does everyone get this concept of prefix and suffix max? Everyone? बाद बाकी बाद में देख लेना. This is the lead code. This is lead code 1937. Lead code 1937. Probably you can watch it out afterwards. Okay. LC 1937. Like go to the discuss the first solution. You can check it out. So yeah, that will make sense. LC 1937. Just make sure you like this question was asked in yeah, this was asked in some days back. So yeah, I was asked in this, so you can definitely try this out. It's a wonderful question. The expectancy was you quickly give an n cube solution, the expectancy n cube solution, then you give the n square solution with big O of O n space. You were required to code this, whereas the expectancy for this was just a discussion. And this everything was under 45 minutes. This was the interview that happened in Google some days back. So yeah, that was what happened in Google. So you can probably judge if you belong there or not. Generally, the follow-ups, you don't need to code it unless until you're super fast. If you're very, very fast, then you need to code it. Otherwise, the interviewers will generally discuss like, okay, this is the solution. This is the solution. This is how we can do it. And if they're like, okay, like they know you can code it because they've seen your coding standard by seeing the n cube code. So they know you can code it. Over here, they want to see how can you think in the remaining time. Can you come up with an optimized solution? Got it? And with a big of n space, because you can optimize every row. You can just store every row. That will work. Perfect, guys. So has everyone understood this? Right? Cool, guys. Thank you, Arindam, for joining. That was wonderful. Like I really appreciated the way you kept on pushing to your solution without actually giving up that this was wrong. That is something which I really appreciated. So by the way, everyone can just do an Arindam OP in the chat. It takes real guts to come up and solve a problem live without actually knowing the problem. So yeah, kudos for that. Thank you, and all the best, man, for your future. Probably you'll crack something. You'll crack something very soon. I'll come across with a WhatsApp message. I'll be waiting for that, man. Cool. Good luck, man. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Bhaiya.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, that will be it, I think, from my side. So yeah, just in case if you want to, you can definitely join my Telegram group. That's Take You Forward. I usually look for a candidate on Saturday morning, and then I find someone who can interview. Like if you're willing to interview, see, I don't call someone to embarrass. I call someone to solve. You saw over there, I would have embarrassed him. Instead of that, I gave him a hint. We discussed openly. We coded it. It's nothing for embarrassment. If you feel you're confident, you come across, you will be given an hint if you're stuck. Not an issue. Got it? Cool. ओरिजिनल इंटरव्यू में इतने हिंट्स नहीं मिलते, बट यू गेट एन हिंट, यू गेट 1 hint, 2 hints, you get it, but no one will explain you the hint. They'll just give you prefix max, suffix max. This probably you can, like, if it's an original interview, the interview might be like some interviews are very rigid, they will not give you an hint, but some interviews are very, very lenient. They'll be like, probably you can think in the direction of prefix max and suffix max, this much, just this much, you have to catch it. They won't say ki aise karo waise karo, they'll just give, well, you can think in this direction, that's it. Now you have to catch it. This is where your problem solving skills are tested. Got it? Cool, guys. So bye bye, guys. Good luck. Good night. Good night. Let's meet tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be solving Amazon interview experience problems. I'll be picking up one Amazon interview experience from LeetCode, and well, I'll be solving 4 problems tomorrow at 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock is my stream. Make sure you join that stream. We're going to solve some interesting problems. There'll be some binary trees. जहां से भी होगा, जो जहां से पूछेगा सब सॉल्व करेंगे. ठीक है? Tomorrow at 10 o'clock sharp. Bye bye.